This renovation is really different for us because not only is the homeowner a very good friend of ours, she's an amazing artist and a leader in her community.
You guys are not gonna believe the transformation of what was a crazy 70s kitchen into something more modern and historical all tied together. Let's head inside, lights, camera, reno. All right, so this is the before. Come in, this is the garden entrance, and then here we have a little vestibule hallway. If you come in, we're gonna have a very nice open living concept over here with the sit-in dining area. That's gonna open up to this entire kitchen. We are relocating the bathroom, so currently it's in the back. We're gonna put it in the middle here so she has easy access and make it a little larger so she can have a walk-in shower. And this is gonna be a beautiful open kitchen here. We are expanding these windows in the back here, so all of that natural light will flow through. We are on the garden apartment here, so the ceilings are a little bit lower, and with that light from the front and the back, it's just gonna be well lit, which will be really nice and useful.
Really, it's the first time we've done a friend's home. we usually try to avoid it for obvious reasons, but a few things about Michelle just really made us want to take this on. One, we love her, she's amazing, and two, she really needed the help to get this done. She bought this house in the 80s, yes. I believe, and it looks like it did when she bought it. So the kitchen that was here, all of the moldings and trim that were here when she bought it. So they probably were put in like the 70s. And let me tell you, this kitchen looked 70s. It had an orange countertop.
Oh my gosh, that orange countertop.
Like, I'm not exaggerating. It was orange, and it was very cramped. It was very tight.
Yeah, Michelle's a natural host. She loves having friends and family over. However, we noticed the lack of hosting capabilities on the ground floor, and we wanted a space that Michelle can host all of her friends and all her family that love her so much.
And when we came to see the space, her idea at first was to just do the kitchen, which, you know, fair enough, like, yeah. She needed a new kitchen. But we looked at a bathroom that was right next to the kitchen, which she didn't have in mind to redo, and we knew that that space also had to be redone. So some of the bigger parts of this project were relocating the bathroom so we could have a much larger kitchen here. And then we also added more windows in the back, and we turned a door into a full light door. It was a very dark space before, and we just knew getting more light in here was key. And then another really big component of this project was, since we are on the garden floor, in original brownstones, you would have the huge brick hearth, which is very cool to see, but is often very much in the way. Yes. So this is a huge development. We actually have this entire hearth out. So that gave us the ability to have a nice big flat wall here for our kitchen to go in, because before we had that huge brick hearth that was sticking out. So big progress. Once we moved the bathroom, created those windows, and moved the hearth, then everything else just kind of filled in around it.
Right as you walk into the Brownstone, you are greeted with a complete custom wallpaper panel. We worked with Easy Walls on this gorgeous, gorgeous custom one-of-a-kind wallpaper featuring all of Michelle's photography. I was blown away at some of the images that she has captured. We are talking Prince. We are talking Kamala Harris. We are talking Barack Obama. The list goes on, and creating that wallpaper was actually really special because all of her colleagues from the New York Times jumped in at the opportunity. They were throwing us pictures, they were throwing us ideas, and it really became a collaboration of everyone that just loves Michelle. So that's why we call this project Lights, Camera, Reno. As you might have already guessed, you have that beautiful photo moment as soon as you walk in, and it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the renovation.
We also have some other photographs other than the wallpaper spread around the floor here. There's another photo of Barack Obama, which is my favorite. He looks like literally like a rock star. And then there's these two Wheaties boxes, a Wheaties box and a Special K box, where she took the photo that's actually on the Wheaties box, which is so cool.
As you walk in, you're greeted with a really beautiful dining room area. This was her dining room table that she had. We loved it so much. She actually sourced it in Italy, which is a really fascinating story. It is full marble, so it weighs a ton. Before the renovation, it was hidden in the corner, and now we made it a really strong focal point. We really want her to start hosting in this space. So I think having the dining room there is kind of a reminder for her to utilize the space as best as it can be. And above the dining room table, we put a brand new pendant from Rejuvenation. It is the Brendel light. I really love the angles on this light. You can extend it out if you wanted a brighter light to reach further, or you can even put the light fixtures in a little closer if you want a little more intimate setting. I think this new pendant really elevates that kind of historic design with the modern features.
Another feature as you walk through the dining room, which is a really important one for a lot of reasons, but it's the new bathroom that we put in. First thing you see there, one of our classic calling cards, I guess you could say, is the vintage Brownstone boys door, where we got a vintage door, we put vintage looking chicken wire glass in it, and we put a stencil on the glass. And of course, for a photographer, it had to say dark room. Once you walk into the bathroom, one of the first things you'll notice is this gorgeous tile. This is Zia tile, and it's a terracotta tile. It's got this beautiful variation, it's handmade tile, so you see the different shapes and sizes with it, which I love that character. On the floor, we did this gorgeous green color. It's called Cresote. And on the walls, we did a warm creamy color called Baja. They're the same tile, same size, just different colors on the floor and the wall. They contrast each other just enough, but they complement each other as well.
And I love that Michelle now has a walk-in shower, so she can easily just walk into the space, and she has a much larger bathroom and a nicer one than she did before. So going in through the living room, we did some paneling on the walls here, and that was to replicate what might have been original to the brownstone on the garden floor.
And this was a really simple and inexpensive upgrade. We just got a chair rail and ran it around the room. And then under that, we did boxes of picture frame, which is a really small profile picture frame molding that we use quite often. It's from Ornamental Moldings. It brings so much character into the space. It brings some charm into the space, and it really cost almost nothing to do.
We also added a frame TV to the wall, which I think is going to be a huge highlight in Michelle's new life in her brownstone, because it's almost an extension of her photo gallery that we're hoping to keep adding to year after year to this wall.
As you walk past the dining room is an area that we created that's a little banquet area. We put some sconces over it to put more light into the space, create some character, and make it cozy feeling. So we have a little banquet table there as well. Michelle really likes to sit and work a lot, and so we created that space just to give her a place to work on this floor of the house. As you walk into the kitchen, we had this vision for the space, and it just looks like the plan. We really wanted to use kind of like a light wood cabinet with a soapstone looking countertop mixed in with some lighter kind of white cabinets. And so you'll see that entire combination come to life. And all the cabinets are from Boxy. On the lowers, all the base cabinets, we did a color called Rye, which is a nice wood tone. It's very light. It kind of has a little bit of a gray undertone too, which I think is a really nice complement with the darker countertops. Sure. And then on the uppers, we just did a white cabinet, also from Boxy, just to kind of like lighten it up. We didn't want to use too much of the wood grain.
Every person needs additional storage, but in a brownstone with long and narrow spaces, it's always a tricky design moment of where to get the proper storage in. So something I love most in the kitchen was that full floor-to-ceiling pantry storage that was built out using Boxy cabinets. And it just has really all the storage you can need in a kitchen space.
On the countertops, we didn't want to use soapstone. We wanted to stay away from something that was going to be high maintenance for her. Not that soapstone isn't too bad, but we just wanted it to be literally no maintenance. And so we used a synthetic material called Dectin, and they have this really beautiful color that looks just like soapstone. It's a very matte, kind of like charcoal gray. It's got some veining that runs through it as well. And then the last piece is just the backsplash. And we kept it light light and bright, but we went interesting with the shape. So we have this kind of curved, kind of scallop tile. This is from Tile Bar. It's called Parry, P-A-R-R-Y. Really beautiful tile, also really well priced, and I think it's just a perfect little complement.
I think two things that really elevated the space was the hardware that we used on the cabinets. This is the Macy collection from Rejuvenation. Rejuvenation is our go-to for hardware. They have some really beautiful timeless pieces. I think this hardware really elevated the overall kitchen aesthetic. But one of our proudest moments in this kitchen is absolutely the stove and the range. We worked with Big Chill Appliances on this gorgeous modern kitchen range. I really love Big Chill because they have both a traditional line and a modern line. They have unlimited color palettes. They even do custom colors. We went with the platinum black, and I think it was a really nice, similar kind of contrast to the decked-in material that we used.
And something that ties the entire space together are the hardwood floors that we ran throughout. So this is a 5-inch white oak hardwood floor, and we just put a clear matte finish on top of it, and it just really looks beautiful, and it's a nice contrast to the wall paint, and it looks really nice with the cabinetry color as well.
So enough of us talking about her house. Let's head outside and talk with our friend Michelle.
So we're so excited for Michelle for this space because it's so beautiful and we know she's gonna enjoy it, and it's really gonna help with her health and well-being as well. And selfishly, we're gonna be here for the next barbecue, and I can't wait to hang out in the backyard and watch her at the counter through the window, preparing food and making sure everyone's happy like she always does.
Yeah, she better be making us her gumbo too, because we still have yet to try it. Michelle, if you're out there, make us your gumbo. This renovation has meant so much to us. I feel like our friendship strengthened over this renovation, and it's something I cherish and am very grateful for. So Michelle, I love you so much. Thank you to the whole team, Duncan especially. We couldn't have done it without you guys. Hope you guys enjoy this house tour. If you did, please do us a little favor and like this video, share it with a friend or two. Subscribe to our channel if you don't already, and we have so many more house tours in the works for you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye everyone.